Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Saturday Morning Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Leon. I'm the head trainer here over at Back to Basics Dog Training. And each and every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I bring you this live format to answer all your dog training concerns and questions or needs and wants. So with that being said, if you're watching now live, later on the replay, shoot me a comment. Let me know you're catching it. Good morning, John. I really appreciate it when people pop in and just say hi or whatever. No questions necessary. But if you have a question, of course, pop your question into the comments, and we'll do our best to answer it. So again, in the very beginning, I'm going to tell you about the new platform that I'm designing, coming up with right now. And I'm going to ask you guys a question. I see we got some viewers this morning. So my question to you guys would be, the new platform I'm going to do is I'm going to be inviting people for quick 15-minute private one-on-one sessions here on Facebook Live, where it'll be like we're sitting in your living room when you and I are having a conversation, for people to thank you for listening while you're driving. Hopefully you're not driving in riches. So this platform will be 15-minute private one-on-one session with you guys each and every week. We'll pick 3 people and we'll answer a quick couple questions. So it'll be like me being in your living room with you, helping you train your dog specifically to you. And of course, other people can watch it because they probably experience the same issues. So if you are interested in being part of this, hopefully new and exciting Coffee with Back to Basics, shoot me a comment. Let me know you want to be part of it, and I'll reach out to you guys and we'll set this up. I'm excited to bring it. I'm going to be offering it around the country to all the different rescue groups I'm part of on Facebook. I'm just coming up with the words and to introduce this properly so I sound professional. Good morning, Michelle, Athena, and Rob. And the good thing about doing this platform, guys, is you don't need to be on Facebook. All you need is a web browser. I can send you a link. I'll definitely be reaching out to John. I'll reach out to you. John, do me a favor, because you're on YouTube. You don't watch me on Facebook. I'm going to put my phone number up here and my email information. Shoot me an email or a text with your email address so I can reach out to you to get that set up. I'd love to get you involved in it if you're interested in it. Patricia, I'll reach out to you on Facebook and we'll get it set up. Hopefully, maybe next week. It may not be 3 of them. If I only have 2, we'll increase the time. But we'll see what we can do. All you need to have is a web browser. I send you a link. You'll be part of my live, and it's fun. We'll make it fun. It's entertaining, and we can help live up to my dream of helping one dog and one family at a time. Michelle, I was going to ask you when you're picking up the puppy. You're picking it up today. Good, great. Trust your energy, trust yourself, and trust Miss Athena. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. And it's funny, after talking about you picking up a new dog, somebody else reached out to me via Facebook this week and asked the same question. Guys, when you're introducing, first of all, if you're thinking about introducing a dog to your home, there's a video on my YouTube channel called "How to Introduce a Dog to Your Home," I think. I don't talk about it on the video specifically about introducing a dog to a dog, but it's about introducing a dog to a home, and you follow those steps and you can use it for the dog. The best thing always when you introduce a dog to a new home with an existing dog is always meet neutral territory. Real important, because your existing dog could have some territorial issues. So you meet someplace else, and then you bring them into your home in a controlled, calm manner. And I always say, like in the case of Michelle, Athena goes in the home first. That's her. She was there first. And you invite the other dog into your home in a calm state of mind. Now, Michelle, I know you're getting a puppy. It still shouldn't be carried in. It should be walked in. It's real important when you're dealing with another dog that everything's on the same playing field. So you're not going to carry Athena into the house. Don't carry the puppy into the house. Walk the puppy into the house. Because remember, if the dog is up here, height makes right. And that could be a really bad message that you're sending to, in this case, Athena, that the dog is up higher. Oh, that dog is in charge. No, that dog is not in charge. The humans are in charge. And everything has to be, we have to get the gate corral set up in the living room, and the new puppy's crate is in a separate bedroom. Beautiful. Keep them separated. Don't get nervous when they go face to face at the gate. Great, John. Thank you. Go, if they go face to face at the gate, let them work it out. But you have to supervise. They should never be able to be, even with a gate in between them or a crate or whatever, unsupervised. Reason being is the puppy can be in the crate. Athena comes over, the puppy gets scared and reacts, and Athena reacts. So you got to supervise. So if you see any body language change or any energy change in either one of the two dogs, boom, instant. You step in, separate. Don't take them to different rooms. I hate when people do that. You deal with it right there. No, they should meet on a walk. They should never meet through a fence or a gate initially, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's what I'll tell you. And I'm going to use Zoe as an example. We take Zoe to the dog park here a lot. If another dog comes to her at the gate, she's growling because the energy is wrong. So what we tell people to do is back the dogs away from the gate. We bring Zoe in, we take Zoe off leash, and she's fine with that. And that growl can be misinterpreted. It's not an aggressive growl. Again, growling does not mean aggression, guys. Growling is communication. And basically, when Zoe does that growl to these dogs, it's saying, hey, I don't like this excitement. Chill it out a little bit. So again, being a conscientious pack leader, we take control of the situation and we give the space that they need to be able to come in. So I would definitely do a pack walk first, outside. And I know you have a hard time getting Athena to the front of the house, but I would still try to do it in front of at least in front of the driveway, maybe down just to a neighbor's house. Good. On leash, controlled, no excitement. Remember, excitement's going to cause trouble. They're brothers and sisters. Chill out. So, Angela, yeah. My 11-month-old lab still pulls walking and is constantly trying to pick up non-edible things along the way. Yeah, it's a little puppy, but unacceptable. So, Angela, excuse me. First thing I would say to do is ask is your puppy excited before the walk starts? Because if you are, you lost control before you even got out the door. So again, everybody here knows I push it a lot. Angela, I don't know if you've been on my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please go to my YouTube channel. It's Back to Basics Dog Training. Look for the logo. Logo looks like that right there. Oh, I did that pretty good this time. And it's on YouTube, so just type in Back to Basics Dog Training. Look for my logo. I have a playlist on there called How to Leash Train Your Dog, and it's really about mastering the walk. The walk is crucial. Guys, we talk about it week in, week out. The walk has to start off calmly. The walk has to. So the moment you take out the leash, if your pup gets excited, do not put the leash on your dog because you're rewarding the dog's excitement. We have been working on making her stay at the door until we give her the let's go command. Beautiful. That is huge. But keep in mind, that's obedience. What we're always going to talk about here at Back to Basics is state of mind. So sitting and waiting or staying or whatever is an obedience command. But if the state of mind, if she's staying at the door, but she's doing this and she's looking around you and she's doing this and she's doing it, her state of mind is somewhere else. You can't invite her out the door. And that playlist that I'm talking about on YouTube, this is episode 2. There's 5 episodes. It's How to Leash Train Your Dog in 5 Easy Steps, and it's all about mastering the walk. Episode 2 is crucial. Donna, if I know you're driving, so don't, be careful. Threshold management is huge in mastering the walk. What threshold management means is what you're doing. You're making them wait until they're invited to the outside world, which is phenomenal. But if you give her the release command or the let's go command and she bolts out at 700 miles an hour, you can't go for your walk. You bring her right back into where you gave her the sit, stay command. and you start the process over until she learns to walk out that door like a lady. And then she should wait outside that door. This is all part of the process for you to be able to shut your door. If you want to lock it, lock it. She does bolt out at 700 miles an hour because her mind is not there. And guys, I say it every week. There's a huge difference between obedience and behavior. We need to get to the behavior side. The obedience is great. Don't get me wrong. Obedience is great, but state of mind is phenomenal. If you can control the state of mind, life is so much easier. And in my honest opinion, if you can start from puppyhood, controlling the state of mind of the puppy, basic obedience isn't even really that necessary because they want to follow you. They want to do what you ask them to do. Yes, you still teach them how to sit, you teach them how to lay down on command and all the stuff we have to do, but the state of mind is the crucial thing. We always reward the calm. So if she bolts out the door at 700 miles an hour, she's not calm. If you continue to walk, you're rewarding the excitement, which is causing her to pull on the leash, maybe be reactive when she sees people. And when I say reactive, again, it is not an aggressive thing. It's just, oh my God, there's another person, this dog, yay. It could be just total 100% crazy excitement. Also, part of mastering the walk is learning how to do the structure of the walk. So we talked about threshold management. Now we're going to talk about some of the structure. You break the walk down to thirds. It's classroom, recess, classroom. And I say it that way for a purpose. So I'm going to use a magic hour for the walk. When we got out the door calm. Then we do a short leash. And the leash should be short enough where your dog can't put her nose on the ground to pick up things. It's not about smelling at this point. Their nose is strong enough to know that Fido peed on the mailbox from 5 feet away, so they don't have to drag you over to the mailbox. It's about being in classroom, following directions, calm, clear, concise directions. And what does that mean? They're healing. They're walking with you. But you have to give a short leash. So what does that mean? I hold the leash enough where the dog's head stays level to their body. And if they start to sniff, I feel the pressure on the leash and I can make a very simple correction, pop of the leash. And first 20 minutes, that's exactly what we're doing. We're in classroom. We're following the dog. She's following your directions as the teacher in a controlled walk. Not, like I said, not smelling the roses, not picking up stuff on the ground because we're going to point A to point B. That's your goal. So we do this, and like I said, I'm using a magic hour. So 20 minutes, you're doing the structure. She's walking with you. You're on a road trip. You're from New York to Florida, and you're not going to stop until you get to the last rest area on the Jersey Turnpike. You're not going to stop at every scenic overview because you'll never make it to Florida. And that's exactly what happens when the dog is stopping to sniff everything. After the 20 minutes of structure, and during that structure, guys, you should be able to make left-hand turns, right-hand turns, figure eights, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. They should follow that pressure of the leash no matter what you're doing. After the 20 minutes of structure, you're going to give recess. And what do I mean by recess? That's when you're going to allow her to have the full 6-foot leash, smell, pee, poop, do whatever you want to do within reason. Public service announcement: if your dog poops in public, please clean it up. So tired of people not doing that. But if you notice, I said they can do whatever they want within reason. Because if they get too excited while you're giving them the recess, they're going to start pulling on the leash and you're going to be running after them. It's okay to follow them, but they shouldn't be pulling you. So if you remember back in the day when we were in school and we went out to recess, there was always a recess monitor out there to say, blow the whistle and hey, Leon, you're playing too rough, calm down. Same theory. If the dog's pulling too much, she's pulling you too much, and it's becoming uncomfortable, and you feel like now you're having a struggle, you make your leash correction, pop of the leash with your firm no, because that's unacceptable, and you start over. And again, you can make 2 decisions during recess. You can follow her wherever she wants to go, or you can just plant your feet on the ground and give her the radius around you, whatever that may be. Your decision, you're in charge, or you may skip recess, and that's okay too. And then the last episode, episode 5, is about structure going back home. Going back to the home should be the same structure that we left the home with, which means we're healing again. Short leash, very relaxed, no tension. We're just going home. And after recess, guys, you don't need to ask your dog if it's okay. Do you want to go home? You want to go home? Because reality is, if they would have asked me when I was in recess if I wanted to go back to class, the odds are I would have said no. No, bell sounds, we line up, we get back to class. What do I mean for that for the dog? When you're ready to end recess, you just shorten up the leash and you go home with the same structure you're left with. And then when you go back into the home, they sit outside the door, you open the door, you walk in and you invite them in. And then again, they should come through that threshold like ladies and gentlemen. So, Angela, definitely get to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Guys, I need subscribers on my YouTube channel. Come on, get it out there. Watch the episodes, watch each episode. They're short. I think the longest episode is 23 minutes. But they're all, what we just discussed, Angela, is the exact thing that's on my YouTube channel that's for free for you guys. Follow those steps. Master episode 1 before you go to episode 2. Master episode 2 before you go to 3, and so on and so forth. Because if you take your time and you do it right, the walk should be the most enjoyable bonding experience you have with your dog. And it's also about structure and leadership. And that's what dogs need, humans need. We all need structure and leadership in a calm manner. Your energy is going to make the difference. But if you're stressed on the walk because your dog's acting like an idiot, guess what? Your dog's stressed too. So we create a lot of it. Go out there with the intention. My dog's not going to eat anything, not going to pull me. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, namaste, and trust your instincts. Guys, that's all this is about. It's about trusting your instincts. You will. You can. I've done it with hundreds, if not thousands, of dogs that are impossible to walk. It works. Now, also it depends on the tools you guys use to walk the dog. If you're using a harness, you're giving the opportunity for your dog to pull you. Harnesses were designed for tracking and pulling purposes. I'm not a huge fan of harnesses. Are there good times when you need it? Absolutely. If a vet tells me a dog has a trachea issue or any issue with their throat, there's no way I'm putting a collar or a slip leash or anything on the dog. Period. Just because that's dangerous. At that point, I'll use a different training method. I probably still wouldn't go to a harness. I'd maybe go to a gentle leader that goes around the nose. And the logic is, if you control the head, you control the body. You just got to be careful with those type of tools because you can inadvertently hurt your dog. The best tools are always a slip leash, martingale collar. One of my customers on Long Island reached out to me this week. They've been lax on some of the training, I guess, and he asked me for my advice. I recommended going to a good quality prong collar, which is the Herm Springer prong collar. He literally texted me. He goes, "I just got the collar, put it on the dog, and within minutes, the dog was walking better than it has in 6 months. There was no pain. The dog was still happy-go-lucky. It was used properly. Guys, remember, tools by themselves do not hurt the dog. The human behind the tool hurts the dog. Prong collars are good if used properly. And we're going to do a tutorial video on that coming up very shortly. So that's why it's important you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I happen to use a prong on Zoe, and that's because why? I don't need it, but she has a thyroid thing, and sometimes when that leash pressure hits her throat, that thyroid gags for whatever reason. We put the prong on, she doesn't gag, so we still have control of her. She's safe. My daughter uses it on her 2 dogs, her husky and her pitty. She has 100% control when she uses them. When she doesn't have control. So we're going to be doing a tutorial video on those coming up soon. And we're going to explain the pros and the cons to them. Because, like I said, the tool itself is a great tool if used properly. So, Angela, thank you for the question. Let me know. Come check back in with us next week. Let us know how it goes. It's real important to us. We want to know that information. So, again, anybody who's joining now and hasn't heard the speech, I'm going to be changing up some of how we do Coffee with Back to Basics dog training. If you reach out to me at the numbers over here, my phone, you can text me or email me at info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com. Each and every week, my goal is to have you guys on as guests for 15-minute private one-on-one sessions. Not so private because the whole world can see them, but this way you guys get me specifically. I'm not going to look at the questions at that point. I'm going to focus on your needs, and we're going to focus on what you need. They're going to be quick. They're going to be 15 minutes each, because my goal is to have 3 people on a week. And we're going to make this a little bit more interactive and hopefully a lot more fun. I get to come into your living rooms and help you guys. So anybody who's just tuning in, please reach out to me. Text me at the 631-514-9128. That's my cell. Email me at info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com. And I'll reach out to each and every one of you. We'll get some questions going. All you need is a web browser. You don't have to be part of Facebook. You don't have to be on YouTube. All you need is a web browser, and bam, you're here with me. And we'll share the screen, and we'll have some fun doing some dog training, because that's what this is about. So, Angela, again, thank you for the question. Keep me updated. Let me know how it goes. Getting back to the situation of introducing a dog to your home. Guys, if you do it calmly, everything is based on calm. You do your pack walks, calm. The pack walk is not about getting entangled in the leashes and smelling and jumping on each other. That's not what the walk is designed for in my world. It's about travel. We're going somewhere. We're not jumping all over. We're not playing bumper cars. We're not doing any of that. We're structure. And even when I'm walking, when I give multiple dogs recess, it's not playtime. The only time they're on playtime is really when they're off leash in my world. So you do your structured pack walk, then you bring the dogs into the home. And like I said, you always bring the existing dog into the home first, and you bring the second dog into the home second. And when they go into the home, everything has to be calm and structured. If you don't do it calm, it sends a bad message. If you don't control, especially when you have an existing dog, you have to set the example and the message to both dogs that you're in charge, because you have a pack of dogs now. They need a pack leader. And pack leaders, guys, remember, are always calm but assertive. No means no. Why? And I'm going to take my contact information off for a second, because this is real important, if I can find it, because I don't know what I do half of the time. This tagline I have, no anger, no frustration, no nonsense, is real. You can't do your corrections with anger and frustration. It's a negative energy. Same as trying to work with people. If you're angry and you're frustrated, most people, I shut off people that are angry and frustrated. I don't want to hear it. The no nonsense approach is, again, I'm going to use Michelle with Athena and the new puppy. When the puppy makes a mistake or Athena makes a mistake, it's not, Athena, this is your new brother. Don't do that to him. No conversation. It's no. No means no. Why? Because I said so. I do not need to explain to Athena why she shouldn't do X to the puppy. But I don't have to explain to the puppy why she shouldn't do X to Athena or to my couch cushions or whatever. No means no. Why? And remember, guys, keep it simple. One discipline word. Stop with all the confusing crap. If the dog is growling, it's no. If the dog is eating your slippers, it's no. If the dog is whatever, any behavior that you never want it to happen again, final. No means no. So if you don't want the dog jumping on your guest, it's not off. It's no. If the dog is on the couch and you don't want the dog on the couch, it's not off. It's no. Keep it simple. Stop complicating things. If you don't want the dog to chew the slippers, it's not leave it. It's no. And if you reinforce that no every single time, I don't care if the puppy's 8 weeks old, they get it. As long as your no has a consequence and a way to change the no into a yes. So we're going to use that example, chewing the slippers. If puppy's chewing the slippers, because a puppy should always be supervised and tethered to somebody, because they're going to get in trouble. Puppy goes to chew my slippers. I pop the leash with a no. And then the puppy stops doing it. And the next time it walks by, the slippers doesn't try to get it. Yes, good. So now we turn the no into a yes, which is so crucial. I think we forget that part, guys. That it's great that we say no and our dog understands what the no means. But it's so much more important to turn that no into a yes, because I like yes. Yes gives me a good feeling. It warms my heart up. It's a better feeling. So think about my energy. If I'm happy with what my dog does, that's why I'm not big on treats. Treats are great. I'm not saying you can't use them, but I don't use them like everybody else. I've never trained a dog to sit, lay down with treats. They do it because I ask them to do it, but I guide them along the process. I guide them through the journey. Anybody who's watched me for a while knows I talk about the journey, and the journey is so crucial. And I use the analogy of making a beautiful, vase. A vase starts off as a lousy lump of clay that we have to mold, and we mold it to the shape and what we want. And that's the journey of dog training. And the best thing is, I don't know if any of you ever worked on a pottery wheel, but as you're molding and you're doing all this stuff and you're wetting it down and you're using this, that, it collapses because it went too thin. That's okay. It gives me the opportunity to start over. And the beauty of it is, and I've used examples of my own dog making mistakes. I'm molding it. Oh, crap. Yes, let's do it. You know what? I wasn't happy with it anyway. Let's do it again. And those mistakes are my opportunity to teach them or reinforce some of the behaviors that they already know. So it's a journey that we're going on with these dogs. And journeys, last time I checked, should be fun and exciting and refreshing. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I know I get a little sappy, I guess, on that journey thing. But it does definitely, resonate to me. It gives me the clarity that I need. And that's why, that no anger, no frustration, no nonsense is so important in my everyday life. I don't let anger into my life. I don't let frustration in my life 99% of the times. I'm human. I make mistakes. But I've always, even raising my kids, had that no nonsense approach. I don't need to explain to them why they can't take the car. I said no. I don't need to explain it. If I choose to, I will. With the dogs, I don't choose to explain. Don't jump on grandma. You may hurt her. And we all have these conversations with the dogs, and they look at us. They don't understand us. So they understand no. And they understand that they're not allowed to do it, because if you watch other dogs correct dogs, they don't explain to them nothing. How can you tell if it's safe to let them both off leash in the same room or in the yard? Use your gut. That's how I always do it. When I was up on Long Island, I used to board all the time. We took in dogs all the time. I would always supervise, but I went, oh my God, if I like the energy and it starts off when they're calm, I have no problem. Let them off. And then, I always keep the leashes with me. And that's why I like the slip leashes, because I can lasso them real quick if I have to. And if I see that excitement level getting to a level where I'm not comfortable, so you let them off leash. They're at level 2 of the scale of 2 to 10, 1 to 10, 0 to 10. They're at a 2 when you let them off leash, which is a calm dog. But say they get up to a 3 or 4, and you think, it's going to get okay. You step in, you stop the interaction, you bring them both back to calm, and you end it. But you always end everything at calm. Use your gut. Trust yourself, but supervise. But don't helicopter mom. Don't hover. Don't, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is this going to happen? Because if you're acting like that, that's what's going to happen. Trust them to do the right thing. And if you see something you're not comfortable with, boom, step in the same way you would do it if there's, if kids had a play date and they come over and they're playing really, really nice, and all of a sudden it gets a little bit too much. As parents, our job is to step in and calm it down before it becomes a problem. I believe in heading off the problems before they come. So you have to be aware. You have to know the dogs. You have to know their energy level, and you have to know what their cues are. And once you learn that, and it's months in the taking when you're dealing with a puppy, because they don't know their moods. They don't know what's going to trigger them. The puppy may be the most submissive thing in the world, and Athena may take advantage of that and become, oh, I'm tougher than you. And that's unacceptable. So if the puppy's being submissive and Athena's being a bully, nobody likes a bully. You stop and you discipline Athena. If the puppy is being a bully, you stop and you discipline the puppy. You advocate for who needs to be advocated for. And I'm telling you, I've seen puppies be bullies. Trust your instincts. Keep me updated. Try to get as much as you can on video. You know, you can always send it to me so I can see what the hell's going on. You know, I'm here to help you. And yeah, send me the pictures. Like the puppy's adorable. Guys, she sent me a picture last week of the puppy. She is so adorable. Uh, that's it. Trust Athena. Athena's got a good heart. She just realized she could take advantage of you guys. And I said that a while ago. You know, for whatever reason, she decided, you know, she's going to take advantage of you, and she got away with it. And you're reeling it in. You know, and like I said last week, I would definitely, Michelle, please, with the puppy at least, master the walk. Get out there every day, 2, 3, 4 times a day. I don't care. Beautiful. Beautiful. It says foster mom says she's fearful and very calm and gentle. Athena is not fearful. Athena is a little submissive. Good. And Athena should be, but again, don't let the puppy take advantage of it. Master the walk with the puppy. Master the walk. Because I'm telling you, my honest gut feeling is if you can master the walk with the puppy, you'll be able to transpose that to Athena, and you can use the puppy to help Athena on the walk. Because they'll feed each other's energy. And if the puppy's not reacting to everything, Athena may say, well, I don't have to do that. Cool. You know, and you know, if anybody who's ever watched, you know, Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, he's used his dogs to help other dogs. I've used my dogs to help other dogs walk better. Because energy is so crucial, guys. I haven't even put that up there yet this week, have I? So, you know, I say this every week. Energy is the most important form of communication we have with our animals, and it's truly is. So, Michelle, keep me updated on that. Angela, keep me updated on how it goes with your pup. Guys, again, if you're interested in being part of our live, new and improved way of doing coffee with Back to Basics, shoot me a text at 631-514-9128 or email me at info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com. Don't forget the S at the end of basics. And we'll get you on the calendar. And like I said, the beauty of the platform I'm using, all you need is a web browser. I think it works on all the popular ones, the Microsoft one, Google Chrome. It works on Safari, and those are the only 3 I really know, so I really can't say much more about those. But with that being said, guys, if there is no other questions for today, we're going to start wrapping this up and let you guys go out and enjoy the weekend. Michelle, go out and enjoy the puppy. Guys, again, as always, thank you for inviting me into your homes each and every Saturday morning. I really do appreciate you know how good this makes me feel when I'm able to help people like that doing this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, God bless. And remember, together we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. We'll see you next Saturday here at 11 o'clock with Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.